Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. So today's video, I thought would be pretty fun. So I went through all of my makeup bits and decided I would use products that I've had in my collection for a while and I haven't used or used like once, but haven't used since. So I have pretty much a full face of new to me or things I don't know products to use today, like a lot of stuff. A couple of things I'm going to supplement with things that I can't live without, but yeah, for the most part, all new products. So I'm going to zoom you in and tape up my eyes and we'll get right into it. Okay, all zoomed in. I've got the butterscotch tape on my eyes. If you're new here, I do that because my eyes are getting old and I struggle putting eyeshadow on and getting a nice, clean, crisp line on the outer edges of my eyes. So I use the butterscotch tape. Okay, so the first product I'm going to use today is brand new to me, and it is the Fenty Beauty Pout Sickle Lip Stain. I got two shades. I got the pinky one and the orangey one. The orange one is Zesty Bestie and the pinky one is My Type, spelled like Mai Tai. So I'm gonna use the pink one today. I've used the orange one a couple of times and I really like it. So I'm going to slap this on right now so it has a chance to stain my lips while I'm doing my eyes. After I did all of my skincare this morning, I did use my Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Lip Plumping Gloss to help plump up my lips a little bit. So I'm pretty excited about this stain. Hopefully it's all I want it to be and more. I always do my brows and prime my eyes before I come on camera because doing brows is kind of boring. But I did want to mention, I used two new brow products today, pencils. I had the AOA Studio Slim Brow in the shade Dark Brown. And this was really, really nice. I liked it a lot. I'm very sure I used it once before. I did a whole video using Shop Miss A makeup. Wasn't a huge fan of the things I picked up and was told that there are some really good things on there, so I'm gonna do that again soon. Let me know if that's something you wanna see sooner rather than later, and I'll get to it. And the other brow pencil I used is Billion Dollar Brows On Point Waterproof Micro Brow Pencil. And this is in the shade Taupe, and I use this on the front of my brows just to fill in a little bit. I would not call this taupe. I would definitely call this a darker brown, but I like the way the two look together on my brows. And my eyeshadow primer is the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas. It's what I always use. It works with pretty much anything I could think to put on top of it. So the palette I'm going to use today, I have not used before. It is brand new to me, and it's the Nomad Cosmetics American Parks palette. If you're new here, you won't know this, but I am a huge fan of Nomad Cosmetics. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. I think it looks so fun. I discovered Nomad late last year and fell in love with the products and have been purchasing everything I can get since then. There's still one palette I don't have, but hopefully I'll remedy that when the new palette launches, which is coming up in like 2 weeks, and I cannot wait. I have no idea what it's gonna be, but the few sneak peeks we've had look really, really good. So I'm super excited. Something else new I wanna use today, I finally ordered from Unearthly Cosmetics, and I ordered the new brush set they just released. So it came with 4 face brushes, a little highlighter blush, powder brush, flat, like kabuki type brush, and then 3 eyeshadow brushes. So I thought I would play with these today because they're new and I haven't used them before. I definitely want to try makeup products from Unearthly. I just haven't yet. I have a few indie brands on my list that I'm dying to try, so hopefully we can make that happen sooner rather than later. All of these eyeshadows look stunning, and I love that you could just go down like the 3 and do a whole look with that. I think it's gorgeous. But I think for today, I want to use the greens and the yellows. I think that could be pretty fun. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to dip into the yellow shade, the matte yellow. And I'm going to put this on the inner portion of my transition area and do a 2-tone transition crease thing today. I think it'll be fun. And Nomad eyeshadows are just so fun and easy to play with. They're pigmented, they're blendable, the formula is amazing. So, pretty excited.
Hi! I called my mom again. I'll probably call 3 or 4 more times.
Yep.
Because I'm bored.
That's my Bubba head. He's at work calling his mama because he loves me so much.
I'm bored is what it is.
Right, he's bored.
Alright, love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Well, that's nice. He's so cute sometimes. Okay, I cleaned off my brush with my color switch just to get the excess powder off. Same brush, I'm gonna go into the green shade, and that's gonna go on the outer portion of my transition area. So fun when he calls. He's in a good mood. We've got extra help today, so he's a little bit more relaxed. And my Bubba head, he builds roads. That's what he does. Plays in traffic. And I pretend like it's the safest thing as ever because that's scary. He has been forbidden to tell me any of the scary bits that happen while he's at work because I worry like it's my job. And though he is closer to 30 than not, I still worry. He's still my baby. So that was a fun surprise. Okay, using the same brush, going to dip into the darker green shade. So the yellow shade is Old Faithful, the lighter green shade is Everglades, and the darker green shade is Blue Ridge Parkway. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've been to a single state park in my life. Although, when I was little, I grew up in Florida, and when I was little, we used to go to Fred Howard State Park. So maybe I have been to a state park. I just didn't know it. All right, I'm really liking how this is working out. Build it up a little bit out here, just for some depth. And I'm gonna go back into that lighter green shade called Everglades, just to blend the edge of that darker green. We don't want any harsh lines, no unblended bits if we can avoid it. Cute. I'm gonna go back into Old Faithful, which was that first yellow shade, just to make sure we didn't lose any of the pigment out here or in here. And I really like this brush so far. That's pretty darn good. Now I'm gonna take this flat brush. This is, okay, so these have little identifiers. So this was the A6, the fluffy blending brush, and this one is A7. And we're gonna go into this one right here, which is Something Rainforest. Can't quite, maybe it's HOH? I don't know, I'm really bad at this game. But that's a nice shimmery shade, so I'm gonna put this on the outer half of my lid. Let's try it dry. My face isn't done, so if there's a boatload of fallout, it's not the end of the world. That's pretty sheer. Maybe it's the brush. Let me try a different brush. Okay, grabbed one of my favorite flat shader brushes. Let's see if this makes a difference. That's pretty sheer still. So we're gonna wet it. I usually wet shimmery metallic shades. Oh yeah, see? I just wanted to see what it would give us dry. So I think that's nice to know as well. That's much better. You could probably even use like a glitter glue or something like a wet-ish eye base, and that would work too, but I prefer just to wet my brush and pack it on like that. Okay, same brush, I just cleaned it off, and we're gonna go into the shade Something Valley. Gosh, I'm not good at this, but it's this shimmery yellow shade right here. And that's gonna go all over the inner part of my lid. I'm just blending over where the green and the yellow meet. It's a very pale yellow, but I think it's really pretty. All right, that green and yellow together is absolutely gorgeous. I like it a lot. All right, I'm just gonna go over and blend, 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 just to make sure everything looks the way I want it to. And then we'll take off the butterscotch tape and work on some other bits. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. And I know it looks crazy right now. My face isn't done. It looks a hot mess, but I do believe it will come together. So, all right, let's get rid of the tape. I didn't mention it earlier, but before I put the tape on my face, I remove as much of the sticky as I can by just putting it on my hand and pulling it off and putting it on and pulling it off. And that way it's still sticky enough that it stays on my face but doesn't pull my skin when I remove it. Had some fallout, I was expecting it. I wasn't being careful at all. I don't have a new mascara, so I'm gonna go with my Rare Beauty mascara, but I do have new lashes I wanna try out. I got this box of lashes from NJC Cosmetics quite a while ago, and I used this pair right here over and over and over and loved it. And then I started using this pair, which I also love, but today I think I want to try this pair down here. So I'm going to pop off camera real quick, mascara, lashes, and then I'll come back and we'll carry on with the next parts. All right, I'm back, lashes are on. I did tight line my upper waterline with my LA Girl Blackest Black eyeliner. So I thought I would try these two shades for my lower waterline. So let's start with the green on the outer half and see how this is. I haven't tried this one yet. I bought the entire Solomane collection and some of the eyeliners have been not great. So far, only one has been really, really good, and that was the orange one. So let's see how this one is. All right, I think that one might be kind of a flop as well. Let's try the yellow. Yeah, the yellow's not great either. That's a bummer. I'm gonna try my LA Girl Shockwave eyeliner. That's quite a difference. Wow. And I have this green one from LA Girl as well. Let's see how this one works. This green isn't great either. I have this lime green I'm gonna chuck on there. That's much better. If somebody could just whip up a nice grass green eyeliner, that would be amazing. So yeah, these three, not great for the waterline anyway. So that's a bummer. Now let's do foundation. So I've been having some trouble color matching my foundation for my face to match the rest of my body. Obviously, there's a pretty significant difference. I protect my face at all costs from the sun. I wear a hat, I wear sunscreen. I'm not messing around. The rest of my body, I'll throw on some sunscreen. Not that big of a deal. So yeah, my arms, my neck, my chest, everything's much tanner than my face. So I had picked up the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. I really liked it. It's obviously much too light now. So I grabbed another shade, which is also not the right shade. This is in 45P. The light one is in 33N. So I'm hoping I can mix the two and it'll work out. So technically a new bottle of foundation, just not a new formula. So I'm gonna whip these up and I'll be right back and we'll slap it on. Okay, obviously it's mixed up. I cleaned off my spatula on my chin. So this should do the trick. Let's see. It always looks so weird and stark against my face, but against the rest of my body, I think this might be okay. So I'm gonna get this blended out all over, and then I'll come back and we'll play with some new powder. Okay, foundation is all blended out, still looking like a crazy person. For concealer, I have this Ulta Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. I think this might be a little bit too light, so we're gonna have to see what we think. So I'm gonna go in lightly. I haven't used this before, but I've had it, I bought it quite a while ago when I was wanting to try out new concealers. But then I think I got the Wet n Wild and stopped trying new concealer. All right, so I'm gonna use my little Believe Beauty sponge and just work this under my eyes. I went in super lightly with that. I don't know this formula at all. And my under eyes are 44. So I do have to be a little careful with what I put down there. I'm gonna go back in with my foundation sponge and just pat over all of that. Whatever's left of foundation on my sponge will help blend the concealer. I don't typically have a lot that needs to be concealed underneath my eyes. Usually I just go for a bit of brightening. I'm not sure what I think about that. Let's set everything down and see how we feel after that. So for setting powder, I'm gonna use the One Size powder I got. I bought the little, it was a powder, primer, and setting spray kit. This was quite a while ago. I really liked the setting spray. I didn't really veer too much away from the Nakia Joy powder at the time because of my oils. I totally forgot to prime my face with the Danessa Myricks today, so we're just gonna press this in. I'm gonna use my big fluffy brush and the powder and just blend it all over the rest of my face, avoiding my under eyes for the most part. The Sephora foundation has a very natural kind of finish, very skin-like. So I like a matte, I like more of a matte finish. So I'm going in pretty heavy with this powder. And I don't know. All right, that's where we are right now. For bronzer, because I don't have a new contour. Does this have a contour shade in it? So for bronzer and contour, I'm going to use this Ofra On The Glow palette. This was a BoxyCharm pop-up store thingy purchase. And that's what it looks like. So I think I'm gonna try to dip into these edges right here for contour, and then probably this, maybe mixed in a little bit of that for bronze. So let's see how this goes. This is the brush I use for my contour. This is the e.l.f. Sculpting Face Brush. I love this for contour. So I'm just gonna get right on the very edge of that one shade and use that to contour out my cheekbones. That's not bad. I generally prefer a much cooler tone, but this kind of works as well, so that's all right. Yeah. Let's just hit the chins a little bit. This really is kind of a nifty palette looking at it. I mean, you could take just this and you could do your entire face and eye looks between the blush, the bronzers, the highlighters. This is pretty cute. It's very heavy though, so, and these pans do pop out. They're magnetic. Oh, I was gonna use new ones anyway. Okay, so for the bronzer, I'm gonna use the, Alien Cosmetics. Okay, because Alien hasn't changed, they've changed their name to Unearthly. This is still under the Alien Cosmetics name. Maybe that's why I ended up purchasing it, because it was on sale. I know that if you buy anything with the Alien name on it, it's on sale. So perhaps that's what happened. So this is the A2. That makes the A make more sense. I'm gonna jump into that one bronze shade that doesn't have any other powders in it. Just bronze up the cheekers a bit. Not that, I mean, obviously I'm super tan. It doesn't look like I need bronzer, but it does add some definition, which is what I'm going for. Obviously, I'm already tan. And I like this brush. It's very, very soft. It's fairly large if you're into large face brushes, which, you know, sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm not, but that's cute. My lash is making me crazy. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, though I'm tempted to use these highlighters, I'm gonna use different face products. For blush, I have this Profusion Blush 3 blush palette that I've never used. So I'm going to use this for my blush today. And I think I'm just gonna boop into both of these shades right here on the side. Bliss and Punch. I'm gonna get the other Alien brush, A1, and just go into both those shades. That's cute. Super subtle, but that's not necessarily a bad. It shows up. So they're certainly pigmented. A little on my nose. Yeah, I like that. Now to buff all over my face, I'm going to use this NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop mattifying powder in the shade Tan. This is where I usually go with my Dior Powder No Powder, but I thought I would use this. I've obviously dipped into it before, but I don't remember. So I'm pretty glowy. I can't remember if I used this or not, so I'm gonna use it today. It's the Soleil Moonlight Feel Highlighter in the shade Warm Sunshine. I have been loving this entire collection. I know I've swatched it, you can see there, but I don't remember if I've used it or not. So we're using it today with the Alien Cosmetics A4 brush. It's a little highlighting brush. Oh, that's so pretty. And I feel like I may have used this. Maybe the first time I used this collection. But that's so pretty, and it turns kind of orange on my cheek. Right, this was the one that turned orange. Okay, so I've definitely used this before. So it would seem as though I'm cheating a bit, but yeah, that's right. Looking straight on in the mirror, my Cupid's bow looks peachy orange, like definitely orange. I don't know if I can make this do it. I don't think so. I'm such a fan of the blushes and the highlighters and the eyeshadow palette of this collection. It's so, so good. Let's finish up the under eyes. I am going to use my Rephr number 3 for my under eyes because I want to wet it and not get any fallout. And I'm going to use the sparkly green shade on the outer. We're just going to mimic the lid. And the yellow on the inner. And up and around the inner corner. I don't have a new mascara, so I'm gonna just pop on some of the Smashbox Superfan, and then we'll do the lips. Okie dokie. Last new item is the Sephora Rouge Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Pardon My French. I thought this might go nicely with the lip stain. So I'm gonna use this to line my lips. Okay, I'm going to zoom you out and fix my hair, and then we can talk about what I think of all of this new makeup. All right, here we are, done and dusted. So let's start with the eyeshadow palette. I was pretty sure, oh God, this lash is making me nuts. I was pretty sure I would love this palette, and having only used the green and the purple, or the green and the yellows, I really, really do like this palette. I think it is excellent. It goes from super light to super dark. I really like this, and I'm looking forward to using it again. I generally get done using Nomad eyeshadows and feel excited to use it again, so that's very cool. The blush palette I think is very nice. I think it's probably a little bit better for me when I'm not quite so tan, so that's okay. The foundation is good. It's got a skin-like finish, so it's not matte, but it's not like super shiny. I think mixing the two shades together worked out pretty well. Hopefully editing me agrees. The eyeliners were a bummer, but I kind of anticipated that being an issue. What else? The bronzer I liked. I think that palette is super fun. It would be really easy to pop one or two of those pans out, put it in a smaller Z palette, take it with you if you were going on vacation or, you know, traveling somewhere. That would be super convenient. I love, love, love the highlighters. Every one of them, you can't go wrong. They're so good. The lip stain, I really, really like this lip liner. When I bought it, or when I got it, I ordered it online, of course, from Sephora. And when I received it, I swatched it on the back of my hand, and it stayed sheeny and did not dry down. So I'm not sure how much I'm gonna love it for a lip liner. It is very creamy. Like, I could have filled in my entire lip with this and been perfectly happy. It's so smooth and so creamy. It was very easy to line my lips with. So I think if I were looking for a cream lipstick, this would be pretty nice. I mentioned the brow pot products and I really like those. I love, love, love the lip stain. I don't know if I said that already or not, but I do so much. The lashes I like. I think this one is user error. I don't think I quite got it on right, so it's driving me a bit nuts. What else? The concealer doesn't seem to have a whole lot of like actual coverage, but it's sitting nicely under my eyes. So that's pretty cool. Not all concealers do that when you're 44. And the brush set I really, really like. I think it's so good. If it's still available and you need new brushes, you should check it out. All of the stuff that I can link will be linked in the description box if you want to go take a reconnoiter. It'll be down there for you. And I think that wraps up the video. I hope that you enjoyed it or found it entertaining. I super appreciate you being here with me. Be good and remember to be kind to you.